Today we're sharing our top games from 2025.
Welcome to Tantrum House. I'm Kevin.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Will.
And I'm Ryan, and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3.
Tonight we are sharing our top games from 2025. Now be sure you stick around to the very end because we do have some prizes that we want to give away. We need your thumbs up and comments on the video. If we can hit 1,200 likes before the new year, then we are going to be giving away some fantastic prizes to one of our commenters. So stick around to the end of the video. We'll explain a little more in depth, but I think we're ready to jump into our lists. Let's go.
Well, we are going to do just 5 games in this video, right?
Each.
Oh, 5 each.
And maybe a little bit more with honorable
All right,
mentions.
so 25. You're going to get at least 25 games, plus some more, according to Melissa.
I'll
So,
sneak some in there.
all right. My number 5 is The Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship. This is a game that mashes up Pandemic plus the Lord of the Rings theme. And you get to play as different Lord of the Rings characters. It's for 1 to 5 players. Takes about 2 hours to play. I like this probably at a 3-player count, maybe 4. It goes up to 5. This game has a lot going on, so I think the middle player counts works pretty well for this one. I do like that each game's just a little different because it has objectives, and you're going to be choosing 3 different objectives to complete during the game. So you're working together, trying to beat the bad guys, and it's got that Lord of the Rings theme, which is always a plus in my book.
My number 5 is Vantage from Stonemaier Games. This is the cooperative, open world-ish game where you crash land on a planet and you have a mission and you're basically wandering around talking to people, sentience, and exploring, and you might complete your mission, you might find a destiny, you might get stuck in the underworld in the dungeon, or you may find a wishing well. Who knows what we'll find in Vantage, but it's very much kind of a world building story type game.
My number 5 is Covenant from Devere. This one, you are dwarves who are doing various tasks. I like how your action selection works. You have a dwarf of a certain power and you'll select that dwarf to take one of the actions on your board, and whatever the power is, that's how strength you have to do the action. And there's mining and exploring on the map and lots of different things going on.
Lots and lots of things, yeah.
Lots. It is not
Broken
cooperative.
Good. Before you get to me, because I'm breaking the cooperative chain as well.
Yeah, it is not cooperative. It is too short. It's a long game, but I
Sarah
need
wants
more
it to go
turns. There's
longer.
only 12 turns in the game.
Okay.
So you have to really optimize everything that you do, and there's a lot of comboing of stuff. Not the greatest rule book, but the gameplay was high enough for me that I'm going to overlook it.
Okay.
I've enjoyed that one as well. Lots and lots of components. In fact, the first time you play the game, be ready for an extra half hour of sticker application, punch out, building, all kinds of fun stuff. My number 5 game for the year is Echoes of Time from Cranio Creations. This is a 2 to 4 player non-cooperative game that you're going to hear a theme in the games that I've enjoyed this year. A lot of them have been tableau building, engine building, set collection types of games. This one is brand new to me. It might have been higher on my list if I had more opportunities to play it.
At least you played it, Will.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance.
Jealous.
Well, sometime you guys should come over and hang out. This is a time-based game where you are sliding tiles across the board, and when you actually get to the edge of your board, whatever cards are on that are going to go into action in your fellowship. So there's lots of timing, lots of engine building. All the cards work together in different ways. You got to pay attention to, like, am I triggering this flame and triggering this card, and keeping track of all the different things in the game. Plus, just in a really, really nice package. So, Echoes of Time.
My number 5 is Pathfinder Dice Conquest from WizKids. It is a cooperative
Thanks, Ryan.
game
You missed the name.
in which you roll dice, you pick the face value of one of these dice. They're all different size, so there's like a D4 all the way up to a D20, and you allocate the face value against the health of a card that's going to attack you if you don't knock it out. And then once the round's over, the monsters all attack you, and then new monsters come out, so you're trying to survive wave after wave of monsters. Each time you roll, The rest of the dice are passed to your neighbor, so he has one fewer die. But you each have class abilities that let you manipulate the dice. So it is pretty fun. Played it a bunch. Check it out. Pathfinder Dice Conquest. Number 4. For my number 4 game, I have Cascadia Junior from AEG and Flat Out Games. One of the designers for Tessa was actually a volunteer at our first Tantrum Con. Fun fact.
And she's volunteered other years.
She has volunteered other years.
Yeah,
I don't know about every year.
games.
But yeah.
She moved, great. And now she's working with Flat Out.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
pretty cool.
But back to the game. Cascadia Junior is a simplified version of Cascadia, but it is complicated enough that it's still fun, and simple enough that my kids, all 3, will play with me.
And that
Good
makes
times.
it go higher, go up on the list.
So you're linking up your terrains, trying to get different amounts of terrain. You're trying to get 3 or 6 of a specific terrain linked up, and then 3 of the different animals all on the terrain. Anyway, Cascadia Junior.
Nice.
Check it out.
My number 4 is Fountains from the Op. I got to play this game early this year and then kept playing it over and over and over again. This is a tile placement game where you're building out a really kind of majestic fountain with all kinds of different things in it.
Features.
You've got water features, and you've got different types of fish, and you've got coins that people have thrown in. And the way the game works is that you're traveling around this board, and you only will trigger the scoring when the color marker lands on its matching space. And so you want to be strategic and only score it when it's actually going to help you out and not everybody else at the table. So plenty of strategy in the placement of the tiles, plus in the movement of the tokens, but it's actually just a really straightforward, simple game where you just move a token on your turn and take the tile. So really, really easy to learn, not easy to master, lots and lots of fun. Sarah said she was going to put it on her list, except for, what'd you say?
I've lost every time.
I
normally am really good at tiling games.
Yeah, I've also lost a wheel in this game. What happened?
It's hard not to set up the next player to do really well. Like, I can't take a good action, but if I do this, he's going to have an awesome turn.
Yeah. I've enjoyed my plays of it too.
Yep. Cool. Good stuff. Fountains.
My number 4, if I can get it, is
Whoa.
Hot Streak. If you just want a super goofy, fun time, I never thought I would play a game that I would be so excited that the hot dog mascot got trampled by the bear, and now I'm getting a bunch of points.
So.
Yeah, if you're in for a super fun party game with lots of yelling and cheering.
And bidding, it's got that.
It's just a bidding for which mascot is gonna make it down the field the fastest.
Alright, my number 4 also has fun components. Not quite as crazy as Hot
Not
Streak.
crazy, but nice.
But this is 12 Rivers from Good Game Publishing, and it has marbles in it where you are placing little blockers to collect marbles, and at a certain time you will lift the gate and the marbles will come down, and if your gate is blocking the section, you can pick one of the marbles. It has a bit of a set collection aspect because you're trying to get different colors for the different villagers so you can fulfill their needs and wants. It has little alpacas that you place your marbles on, so the aesthetics are very fun. It is, I would say, a fairly lightweight game, so it's easy to teach, easy to play, but the tactile aspect of it with the slanted board and the marbles brings it up a notch for me.
I think the table presence really
very
draws
nice.
you right away.
Yeah.
Well, my number 4 is Lord of the Rings.
See a theme going on here.
Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. This is a cooperative trick-taking game where you are playing as different characters, but basically there's different chapters from book 1, The Fellowship of the Ring, where you are going through basically the book, and the game is giving you different challenges to accomplish. There's 4 suits of cards in the game, but it really, each chapter changes up what you're trying to do in order to beat that chapter. You can, if you lose, you can put... Thank you, Melissa. 5 suits with the rings card. But you're trying to accomplish those tasks, and if you lose, you can, play that chapter again. So I believe the first box here has 18 chapters in it, and...
There's more!
But there's more! there is the Two Towers that is just releasing now. I don't actually think it's available in the marketplace, but certain places you can pre-order it or get it at maybe your local game store. This is the Two Towers story, so it's actually picking up where you left off in Fellowship of the Ring, just like in the movies, just like in the books. And you're starting, and even it's kind of funny, it says chapter 19
that's cool.
on here, and then you're moving up to chapter 36 in here. We actually have not beaten the last chapter yet.
We've played it quite a few times.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. So compare these two, in my mind, I would say this one's really, really good. This one's more challenging. Like, we've had to play...
It ramps it up quicker.
It ramps it up quicker, and I think some of the chapters are just harder. And we've had to play the same chapter multiple times in order to beat it. So we've beaten all the chapters, I believe. And then chapter 36 we're still trying to beat. So... But it's another fun, if you like trick-taking games, and if you've never checked either of these out, come to Tantrum Con, because it's going to be a tournament meal. And then we're also going to have another event for a hot streak, like life-size.
We'll probably learn to play on all of them.
Yeah, I'm thinking of putting 12 Rivers on the hot games table so people can experience it.
Yeah. Ryan, you like this one too?
I do.
Yeah.
And we'll find out more about that for number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, so my number 3 is the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. I don't think I've played a cooperative trick-taking game before.
Oh,
I don't think I have.
You never played The Crew?
Is that trick-taking though?
Oh, yeah.
Did you call it trick-taking?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really play it. I experienced it.
Okay.
But anyway, I like how the challenges and the story adds to this one.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it more of a game than The Crew. I'm sorry.
It is true. Yeah,
Because you have characters and
Yeah.
they each have their own objective. It's not random.
Yeah.
Totally. I like it a little better too.
My number 3 is also a card game.
This is technically also a trick-taking game.
It is, and it's probably the game we've played the most this year.
Oh, wow.
I've played this game it's like the opener for every time we have people over to our house to play games. It's a clever little game where one side of the card is a color and a number, and one of those is a lie, one of them is the truth, and so you're trying to draft a bunch of cards into your hand. You don't get to rearrange them, and then you have to play them as a trick-taking game in number sets, which is interesting the way it works. But it's real quick, it's real easy, it feels unique and fun on the table, and we have played the snot out of the lie this year.
We have. My number 3 is Finspan. Kevin actually has it. In this game, it's a wingspan type game, and this one features fish, which I've gone fishing and whatever, but I wasn't as interested until I played the first time, and I realized that I've never heard of any of these fish.
There's so
many
fish.
crazy fish. It made me dive in deeper into the game, and it has fun facts. Yeah, it has fun facts on all the cards that you get. One thing I like about it is you get to discard them in your own pile and then retrieve them out. One thing I don't like about some of the other card games, Wingspan, Everdell, you might have to trash cards that are like, I didn't really want to trash this, but I have to trash something.
And you'll probably never see that card
You'll
again.
never see it again in the whole game because it's going off to
But this one, yeah, I agree.
yeah. You get to reuse some of the stuff that you might have spent already. So, like it.
My number 3, correct, is Railroad Tiles from Horrible Guild, and this is based a little bit on Railroad Inc., but now it's a tile laying game. And we actually have a lot of the expansions, and I like playing the game with at least one expansion because it ups the complexity. Right. You can't use more than one expansion at a time.
Right.
But I do like it
Will
with...
can try.
I'm always up for the challenge.
I do like it with an expansion because
Yeah.
it brings it from a low weight game to a little bit more complexity with the expansion. But I love tile laying games. It has a little bit of the bidding mechanic where you place your person determines your turn order for next time. So you want all the big stack of tiles, you're gonna go last in the next round. And there's lots and lots of ways to get points and different routes that you're making and tokens that you're putting out. So I enjoy Railroad Tiles.
Well, my number 3 is Lord of the Rings. I'm kidding.
Oh.
It is actually Finspan. Yeah, Sarah and I synced up on this one. I like that it's a streamlined version of the different span games. You have Wormspan, you have Wingspan. I actually think I like this one right in the middle. Wormspan is still my favorite, but I actually like it more than Wingspan because of the streamlined version of it. It's got a vertical board, so it has that, you know, when you're diving down to activate the different card abilities down the row or on the board. It's thematic because you're going down. And then all you're really doing in your turn is either putting a card down, paying for a card to put on your board, or you're doing the dive. So I think that streamlined nature makes it a little bit easier to get to the table and for people to play. The resources are a little easier to get than maybe in a Wingspan. So yeah, like everyone else said, the weirdness of the fish are a little freaky sometimes, but you know, it's still enjoyable. Finspan from Stonemaier Games.
Number 2. All right, so my number 2 is another cooperative game. We definitely have a theme this
Almost
year.
trick-taking? Not-
A cooperative card game. So this is Take Time from Libelud, and it's for 2 to 4 players, and it reminds me a little bit of a mashup of The Mind, and then
The Crew.
maybe
that
The
you
Crew,
mentioned, yeah.
because you have specific missions that you're trying to do. Basically, you have these clock faces and they have different requirements for sections, and you're going to be playing cards into those sections, but you can't tell anyone else what your cards are, and you actually have to strategize before you even look at your cards. So you're like, oh, we know we need certain numbers in this area and this needs to be the highest, so let's try to play high cards there. But you don't know if anyone's going to have a 12 or a 10 or what the highest card you're going to have. So it's a very interesting cooperative activity to try to get the right cards in the right place. You can play a few face up, but most of them are going face down. So you're guessing at what you think the amounts will be. And then you reveal them, and like a clock, you're trying to get low to high of the amounts in each section, and that could be several cards or one card, and there's all sorts of different missions that you're doing. So that's my number 2, Take Time.
My number 2 is Take Time. Will and I have played a number of missions. We're about halfway through.
All right, I can
the
spill the
box.
beans. I'm also number 2.
And we realized we were playing on super hard mode, and we weren't revealing any cards the first time we play one of the missions. And
But we didn't need it because we're so good at
that
it.
is, well, some of them. Some of them were crazy hard, and we're playing it multiple times to try and beat them.
I've only played 4 players. I think it might be easier at the lower.
Yeah, I think 3 might be the sweet spot for like having enough information and only so many other people playing cards in between you. It does change a little bit for player count, which is cool. When you only play it as 2 players, you look at 4 cards, but you have 2 that you don't get to look at until you play 2 cards out of your hand. So yeah, then you're
I
back
think
in
3
the same
players
boat
is
as
probably
4.
the sweet spot. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some of it. I think there's something like 40 unique puzzles in the game, and so each envelope you're pulling out new puzzles to play, and they seem to be getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually my number 2 as well. Have had a lot of fun with this one, and it also, because it's a simple enough rule set where it's only a couple rules change per round, like we've been able to play it with our kids, we've been able to play it with people who aren't gamers at all, people who are hardcore gamers. Like it's a nice flexible game that fits in a lot of different spaces.
I also, as you know, enjoy Take Time. I do find it interesting. Some groups Melissa and I played it with, sometimes we sync up really well. And not only in the cards, but you just know that what everyone's doing. And then we've played with a group, and it's like, we had never won a game.
We had that experience as well.
It's very interesting. They were fine playing it, but it was just like,
I think it helps if you play with people who understand how trick-taking works.
Like regular
Even
patterns
though
for trick-taking.
It's not a trick-taking game at all, but you're going through the same thought processes of, I have to anticipate what cards I think everybody else has based on when they are playing them in the game.
Right,
So
and
the time thing is
I
important.
think using those face-up cards strategically is very useful to inform
help
people.
everybody
Like,
else.
I'm playing this face up, so you know we may be in trouble here, or you need to play next to this because I've just busted our strategy that we were going to do
Yep.
because all of my cards were under 4, or
Right.
I had 3
Yeah.
really high cards or something like that.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable experience every time you play it. There are sometimes when you reveal the cards and you realize like it was impossible for us to win because we only had 12s. You know, we had to play low cards. But the gameplay experience, regardless of what the outcome is interesting every single time, which is pretty cool.
I also like that you can spend a little bit of time, play a couple chapters, or you can spend an evening if you
Right.
want to be like, let's try and do like a lot, or
Right.
you want to
envelopes.
because you keep trying to play the same one over to try and beat it. But it has that versatility, which I enjoy.
Right, because each game is probably about 10 minutes,
Yeah.
right? Just to get the cards down.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, my number 2 is
Nice.
Children of
Morta.
What?
it's not Take Time, although it's an okay game. I just played it. But another game that I've just started playing, and I'm really excited about, is Children of Morta. I stumbled across the video game this past year, and my daughters and I played a bunch of it. Like, I kind of have to shepherd them through, but it's a roguelike video game, and it's a lot of fun. And I feel like they've done a really good job of making this roguelike and keeping to the same story.
That's cool.
So when I brought this home, my girls were really excited, even though it's for children for ages 12 and up, so not quite children.
But you can help them go through.
But yeah, I mean, I did a lot of quarterbacking, but they still had fun and enjoyed facing off against the monsters. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? Let's match up the symbols. There's not a lot of reading that you have to do except for the actual story.
Right.
So they were able to contribute to the choices. And although I'm doing most of the playing, which is something that happens in a lot of cooperative games anyway, I am enjoying it and I'm having fun with my kids. So that made it to my number 2 spot.
Yeah, I've had a
Children of
chance to play this one several times as well, and the cool thing about it is that it's a bag builder. So if it's a cooperative game, you are actually pulling from the same bag, everybody's working together, and that only adds to that roguelike feel where you're like, oh, we failed, we got to go back again, but we're all going to be better this next time around. And I think it's pretty clever incorporation.
Yeah, and it's from Lucky Duck, so check it out.
All right, before we jump into our number 1 game for each of us for the year, we thought we'd take a quick intermission to talk about some of the honorable mentions that didn't quite rank in our top 10 or 5, but were still enjoyable games that we had a great time playing this year.
So my honorable mentions for 2025 are Tend from Ivy Studios. This one is a point solid everything. There's so many things going on, and it has crazy components with scratch offs and stamp markers. Really enjoyed this one. And another one that was a surprise to me was Lightspeed Arena. This is a game with an app that plays in just 10 minutes. You place out different spaceships out on the board, and as you do it very quickly, and then you take a photo with the app, and it shows you how your lasers are going to shoot all the other spaceships that everybody has placed out quickly, and then you'll gain points. It's super fun.
My honorable mention is Rats of Wistar from Cranio Creations and Capstone Games. This is for 1 to 4 players. This is a little bit meatier of a worker placement game. What I like about this one is there's this wheel on the board, and you're, getting things like steel and wood and taking different actions. Each of the spots on the wheel has different things that you can do. Sometimes the spot on the wheel, there's just one spot for just one of your chief pawns. Sometimes the spot has like up to 3 spots. So you sort of have to manage like, oh, someone just took the one spot. I have to do something different on my turn. So it's a little bit of maneuverability, what you're doing on the turn. And then the next round, that wheel is turning. So do you want to be first player, or do you want to be later in the turn? So there's a little bit of that. You're building up your own player board. There's stuff going on the main board with missions. So much stuff, but really cool worker placement game, Rats of Wistar.
I limited myself to 3 honorable mentions. I have Twinkle Twinkle from Allplay, and this is a star map building game where you're drafting these cool acrylic tiles, and there's lots of scoring objectives, and you can switch them out between games of things that are supposed to be next to each other or not next to each other. Lots of puzzly fun with Twinkle Twinkle. My next honorable mention is Papyria from Iron Games. And this one, I'm not sure if it's had a full release yet in the United States, so that's why it is an honorable mention, but it has a rondel where you are moving your wanderer and your boat around, taking tiles and actions. There's some tile laying, there's scoring, there's building things, lots of fun stuff in Papyria if you like midweight to medium plus Euros. And then my last honorable mention is Fliptoons. It is a simple little card game from Thunderworks where you are flipping the cards from your deck to try to get the best performers for your cartoons, and they're going to score different ways based on which ones are next to each other. Some of them trash cards, some of them multiply your points. It's just a cute, fun little game with fun cartoon artwork.
I'm so proud of Melissa. Only 3. That's incredible. I have a bunch. Lightspeed Arena. Very great game. I've been playing the prototypes of this for numbers of years. Really enjoyable. Ubibo. This thing is hilarious on the table. It's like a dexterity game where you try to hold all the sticks together with your fingers. Really, really entertaining. This game was self-published this year, and it's called Wizard Community College. It's a little bit like Adventure Party from Smirk and Dagger. This game is a surprisingly great storytelling experience. If you've not checked this one out, do some research, see if you can find that one. Spirit of the Wild is a 2-player game that feels a little bit like River Valley Glassworks and has some really fun stuff going on, really simple. Reach is, I don't really like space-themed games usually. This one brought some interesting stuff to the table. I like the way they handled your space travel, your goals in space, the ways that you're interacting with other players. Really enjoyed Reach. And then Koi is a transparent tile placement game where you're building out maybe the most attractive like table presence game I've played this year. Really, really beautiful koi ponds with shiny little fish in them. Lots of different ways to score, lots of replayability in it, challenging gameplay experience. Koi. And then 2 more I want to mention real quick are Tacta, which is a super fun, really interesting card laying game. And then also a Wild Venture. Man, this game is fantastic. It has a lot of stuff going on. It's got that same card tableau building mechanic thing that I've been talking about enjoying. And really, really fantastic one. Check that one out.
Really quick, wanted to talk about Enthroned. It's a abstract strategy game from Smirk and Dagger. You are limited in which of the little statuettes you can move around. You're trying to get yours to the center or kill 3 opponents. But if you kill the 4th and don't win, you automatically lose. Check it out, Enthroned.
Number 1!
My number 1 game for the year is Silverfrost, which is in the Everdell universe. This is the latest version of Everdell, and I just like them every time. They just keep doing cool things that are more fun and more beautiful. Silverfrost introduces a bunch of new resources that plays on that same general mechanic where you're sending your workers out to different places, although this time we're in the southern mountains and we're covered in snow, and the game is harder because the winter has come, but some of the biggie creatures that have been from some of the previous expansions are featured in this game as animals that you can recruit to help you from the mountain. Fire is a new resource in the game. You can light your beacons.
Like in Lord of the Rings?
Maybe.
So you have to go
pulling all the good things from all the best places. Really, really fun stuff. Have always enjoyed these games, and Silverfrost was no disappointment. Excellent game for my number 1 spot.
All right, mine is Critter Kitchen. This is a game where you are sending your chefs out to the market to buy ingredients, and depending on where they go and which size they are is dependent on how many ingredients you get. So your small guy can run out really fast, but he can only hold 1 thing. But your bigger guy can hold 3 things, but he's the slowest. So there's a hierarchy of who gets to pick what first at each market location. And then you're plating dishes to do some challenges, and then ultimately make the best dish for the critic at the end of the game. So you got to save back some of your good items from your kitchen
Best
for
ingredients.
The critic. So super fun.
This
I really
is simultaneous
It
like
is.
programming. So yeah, I'm always bad at.
I didn't
Like,
say I was good at this
picking-
game. I just had
I
a
end up
fun
picking the
time.
same spot as everyone else, thinking no one will go there.
Yep.
I think it has a really great and smooth mix of different mechanics because you're doing a lot of different things, but it actually all pretty much makes sense as you get into it, and it feels really smooth. I like the gameplay.
And the deluxe edition has wonderful components.
Ridiculous level nice.
My number 1 is Ada's Dream from Alley Cat Games, and I have not gotten a chance to play a lot of the heavier Euros this year, like the medium plus and up Euros, so most of them didn't make it on my list. But Ada's Dream was crowdfunded the year before. It's finally come out. I'm very excited about it. It has dice drafting, and the dice have colors and numbers, and those mean things. It has lots of different tracks you're going up. It has dice placement on your board where Ada Lovelace is involved with the computing machine. So you're going to put like a 3 die plus a 4 die times something. And so at the end of the game, when your dice are all in their slots, you'll get points based on these operators. So it's a little bit of a math computer thing going on. Multi-use cards, lots of fun stuff in here if you like going up different tracks and combos and bonuses and getting cards that make you more powerful and trying to figure out the puzzle of where to put your dice so you get the most points. Lots of fun with Ada's Dream.
I was going to say, I like the dice drafting and the combos that you can do in this game. Really, really cool. My number 1 is Lightning Train from Dire Wolf. This is for 2 to 4 players. This is a train-themed game. You're like, there's so many train-themed games out there, Kevin. Why did you pick this one? This one just does it differently and adds some really cool stuff. So this is a bag-building game, just like Children of Morta. I mean, it's probably the same. Probably the same game.
Probably the same game. Is it roguelike?
No. This game, you have these little chips, tokens in your bag that you're pulling out, and they give you extra train cars. They give you special powers. One of the big things in this game is that the board is divided up into different regions, and you need sort of these regional contracts in order to even lay your trains in those different regions. And you're also building train stations, and you're going to need those contracts to build the train stations too. So there's a little bit more of connecting things, a timing, like, okay, I've got the southwest region. I really wanted to build up in the north region. There's ways to go around, like, mitigating that. And then you can get new chips. That's the bag building aspect of this, is you can, during your turn, you're buying new chips to put into your warehouse that eventually get put into your bag. So you're pulling these more powerful chips out. And then as you're going up the score track, you are unlocking benefits that are giving you more power chips, they're giving you action cards, they're giving you all these kinds of things that help you get even better, more powerful in the game. And I every time I played this now, I've really enjoyed it. I haven't won every time, but I've enjoyed my plays of it, and it even with the familiar theme of it, I've really enjoyed my plays of it.
Yeah, I think the deliveries are one of the aspects that I really enjoy. You want people to deliver to your station, and you want people to use your route, so you're kind of looking there is a cloth here and corn here. How can I build in a way that if someone's going to make a delivery, it benefits me as well? Kevin got shut out of one of our games.
My first games, I was like, I'm just going to build up this route, and I was the only person up the top of the board, and everyone else was down the bottom. And I didn't get I didn't get a lot of points, but so my second I was like, I need to make sure that people are building, I also need to build down there. So then they'll start using my routes in the train station. So worked out a little bit better the second time. Yeah. So, Lightning Train.
So my number 1 is Star Wars Battle of Hoth from Days of Wonder. It is kind of a re-implementation of Memoir 44, which I've not played. Oh, I played it. But I've heard a lot of good things. I really enjoy this game. So it's got some real fun tactical aspects to it without being overly complicated. You've got a hand of cards. You pick a card to designate which units you're going to activate. And then you choose whether or not you're going to move those. And then you choose whether or not they're going to attack. Depending on what type of unit they are, they will roll a number of dice. And it depends on how far away the enemy is. And there's line of sight and that sort of thing. But it's all laid out on some cards that are pretty easy to reference, so it's not hard, even though the Rebels and the Imperials are asymmetrical. They both have infantry, but the Imperials have one more kind of hit point to their infantry than the Rebels, but then they have different vehicles and special units. Sometimes the game will just go in a completely unforeseen way. So you'll fight an AT-AT and you'll roll dice and you have to get certain results to blow up a vehicle or infantry. Or the AT-AT, you have to actually confirm your hits, you have to roll again. And I've had it before where the AT-AT dies right away. Gave me a false impression of how easy it is to blow up AT-ATs. The next several games, every time I faced an AT, I tried to blow it up. I just throw units at it. They just keep breaking, dying.
You have to get the rope around the legs.
Yes. Yeah, but they don't provide you with any rope. But it is pretty fun. And there's even some leader
Yeah, I was
units,
going to say,
which
the leaders I really enjoy that part of the game.
both decks have the same cards, but then you add 3 leader cards to it, and they completely shake it up.
Mm-hmm.
I played the one where really what I needed to do as the Rebels was achieve these 3 victory locations, get there as fast as possible. So I needed to blitz. But the Imperial player, he played a Darth Vader card first thing, which let him activate all of his units. And they all got to move up, but they weren't able to attack. But it was still like, well, I'm sunk because I can't get there before he can now.
Yeah.
It really shake it up.
And there's a lot of different scenarios in the box. I think you mentioned that, but I like that every game's different.
There's a whole book of scenarios that you can play through, and it kind of plays through the story. But then there's 2 campaigns you can play as well. So it's just, there's a lot to offer in the box while also still being fairly simple to get into. I mean, I've played it with my 5-year-old with some coaching, and she is a challenge.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it. Check it out.
Well, before we end the video, we do have to talk about the giveaway.
That's right. So here are the details. We're giving away 4 different games. We're giving away Fliptoons, we're giving away Tricky Kids, we're giving away Red Letter, Yellow Letter, and a copy of Critter Kitchen. Thank you to those sponsors for sending us those games. We want to get those into your hands. So here's how you do it. If we can get 1,200 likes on this video, then we're going to give away a game to 4 different lucky commenters. So put your comments in the comment section. Let us know which games you liked most from this year. Let us know which games from our list that you guys think we missed. And if you have any questions, put those in the comments as well. We'd love to answer them. We look forward to being able to give some prizes to you guys. Thanks so much for watching the entire video. I think we're ready to wrap this up. Thank you guys.
Bye!
Melissa?
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Ryan.
Wow, and I'm Will.
I really thought he was going to say I was Everdell from Studio 3.
All right. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here. I'm coming.
There is no such thing as a fish, though, taxonomically speaking.
What?
Tell us more.
We just call them fish because they fill a biological niche. But, like, mammals all have mammary glands. Fish, there's nothing that links them together biologically.
Except for they're in the water.
They fill
Except for we have
they
mammals
fill
in
a
the water.
niche. They're in the sea.
Okay, there you go.